Today, I am going to introduce a fantastic OCR recognition model. It comes from Baidu and is called PaddleOCR-VL. This model is only 0.9b, but its recognition effect is truly astonishing. Let's look at a specific example. Take a look. This is a page from an English academic paper. The content here is quite extensive, including traditional text, charts, figures, and even formulas. Of course, note that currently it is in image format. The purpose of OCR is to effectively recognize the text within the image. Now let's look at the result after recognition. Take a look. The text has been recognized very accurately. Moreover, some special markup symbols and formulas were also recognized wonderfully. This includes the images within the document, and the tables, including the text and formulas inside the tables, can also be recognized very well. Therefore, you will find that this end-to-end recognition mode makes this model look superb. It can directly transcribe the content into our Markdown format. We can open it directly and get a fantastic browsing effect. From the previous example, we can generally understand the level of recognition of this model based on the content it can recognize. This model can be categorized into the following types. The first is text. This text includes both printed text and handwritten text. Furthermore, it supports a large number of languages. It supports 109 languages. That sounds quite impressive. Additionally, it can effectively parse the tables in our documents, and even some formulas. Also, there are the charts and figures within the documents, including bar charts and line graphs. These can all be recognized very well. If we synthesize all of its recognition capabilities, the things it can do are numerous. This includes double-column ebooks and single-column ebooks, which can both be recognized very accurately. In addition, there are academic papers like the one we just saw. Even research reports, including financial reports, examination papers, some handwritten notes, and even vertical text or ancient books can all be recognized very well. Furthermore, it can also recognize certificates, as well as newspapers and magazines. You can use this model on Hugging Face, although there might be usage limits which I haven't verified. Next, I will demonstrate its specific usage and showcase its effects in CLI mode on an Ubuntu cloud server. Finally, I will explain the precise installation and deployment methods for this model. Here, I have provided a document. This document is very simple. It is just a command. You can copy it and paste it here. Let's briefly analyze this command. The front part is our main calling command, which is PaddleOCR. What we are going to do next is perform document parsing. The I parameter is used to specify which image we want to parse, and save path refers to where the parsing result should be saved. To facilitate use, I have already placed many example images in the input directory, including Chinese documents and English documents. You can double-click to view the image below. We will quickly provide a demonstration. For example, we are now going to parse this image, which is a Chinese examination paper. We can now use this command to parse out all the text, images, and formulas inside. Returning to our command line, first, we change the input image to the one we want to process. And where do we save it? We will save this into a directory with the same name under output. I'll change the name slightly here because I have parsed it before. Wait, there is an error now. The reason for the error is not that the command is wrong, but that I used the wrong file extension for the image. Because it is a JPG, but I specified PNG. So let's change it slightly. Okay, the recognition is complete now. Let's switch to the output directory. Here's a directory called mathdoc1. That is the folder I just specified. You can click on it. Inside, there's content like this. The first consists of two final files. These two final files are in JSON format and Markdown format. For the JSON format, you can right-click and view it in JSON format. This format is very useful in programming because it is easier to parse. If you want to see the final result in a more intuitive way, we recommend viewing the Markdown format. Right-click, and then we similarly select Open with Markdown Preview here and click it. Note now we have achieved a very good result. It can recognize our text, special symbols, and our formulas quite well. In addition, we have two auxiliary results. The first one is actually our object detection or object classification. It first detects that this is a block of text and this is an image. For the content inside, it detects that this is an inline formula. Take a look. It performed excellent detection and classification. This provides a foundation for subsequent parsing. Then, it also predicts the overall reading order. This is the first block. This is the second block. This is the third block. This is the same order we would use to read the document. Since this document is slightly different, it is divided into two columns, left and right. The content here is actually the images of the parsed document sections, which can be referenced in Markdown, like the part you are seeing. It is very detailed. To make testing easier for everyone, I have provided various types of images here that you can try out. Now, let's quickly look at the results of the parsing I have already done previously. First, let's look at a Chinese document. Take a look. This is a report. It contains bar charts, images, and our traditional text. Let's directly view the Markdown output. Look, the chart was correctly recognized and placed where it should be. Then there is our text and the news image below. This is fine. And the recognition is relatively simple. Let's look at the second example, which is relatively more complex. Take a look. This is an examination paper. It contains many formulas and special symbols. Additionally, the layout is much more compact. Let's look at the recognition results. The main title, the header section, and the multiple choice questions overall. There are no issues. Furthermore, some tables here can also be recognized very well. Even these special mathematical formulas are handled without problems. Next, let's look at an ancient text. First, it is vertically arranged. Second, it is written using traditional Chinese characters. Let's see if it can be accurately recognized. No problem. Moreover, many characters appear in their traditional form. We feel that this consistency is well maintained. Next, let's look at table recognition. Here is an image where the table content occupies a large portion. Furthermore, there are merged cells, so every table appears relatively complex. Let's look at the recognition result. Basically, there are no issues. The overall format is fine. Next, let's look at a complex English text here. It is also divided into n columns. Also, the lower section and the upper section are relatively independent pieces of content. Let's look at the recognition result. Take a look. It is also very accurate. Finally, let's look at handwriting recognition. This is a note in handwritten format, but it is relatively neat. Let's see the recognition effect. Look at the images and our text. They can all be recognized very well, including our formulas. So, through these examples, you will find that the capability of this model is indeed very strong. Finally, let's talk about its installation. Its installation is relatively complex. Why? Because it is still in a continuous adjustment phase. So many dependencies may not have been fully tested. But it doesn't matter, I have already set up the image for everyone, so you can use it directly. The following section is for those who are interested in the installation. You can choose to watch it selectively. What you are seeing now is the Hugging Face page for PaddleOCR-VL. Let's scroll down. It contains installation details. It looks quite simple, but actually installing it is difficult. First, we need to install Paddle. This is actually similar in function to our PyTorch. It is an artificial intelligence development framework developed by Baidu. Its application may not be as widespread as PyTorch. In addition, we need to install PaddleOCR, then perform an upgrade, and install a model conversion tool. First, let's look at the installation of Paddle. When you click on it, you will find that this interface looks very much like PyTorch's here. You can choose the quick installation method, or you can choose manual installation. We suggest checking your basic environment first. The first thing everyone needs to pay attention to is the CUDA version. The CUDA versions it currently supports are 12.9, 12.6, and 11.8. You can check your CUDA version using the command mvccv. Note that mine is currently 12.6. Next, we need to check our Python version. It currently supports Python versions 3.9 and above. You can use Python V to see the Python version you are currently running. Mine is 3.12, so this is also fine. Moving on, we need to check the pip version. It requires version 20.22 or above. You can use Python mpip version to check your pip version. Note that mine is currently 25.1. Furthermore, there's a check to see if your CPU supports AVX. If you get normal output, it means there is no problem. You can paste this command directly, press enter, and you will see a string of output like this, which means there are no issues. After that, we can use the quick installation method to select my corresponding environment. For example, my Python is 3.12. My OS version is Ubuntu 22.04. So I select Linux and then pip. My graphics card is the NVIDIA 4090. And the CUDA version, as we checked just now, is 12.6. Then we will get a command. You just copy this command and install it. When I copy the command and press enter, it will enter a relatively long installation process because it needs to download the required programs. As long as you wait and keep the network running smoothly, there will be no problem. Next, we install PaddleOCR. It has an installation procedure here. Now that Paddle is installed, you can execute this command to install PaddleOCR. After this command is installed, it only has basic text recognition capabilities. If you want to enable all capabilities, you can use this command. Let's paste this command over and execute it. we have actually already executed the two commands below, because the one above installs Paddle and the one below installs PaddleOCR. If you are concerned, you can perform an upgrade, but I won't execute that. This command essentially installs a model conversion tool because some model formats and precision levels inside might not be consistent, requiring conversion. After execution, it should theoretically be ready to use. However, when I actually used it, I found a small problem. The most troublesome part was the LangChain version. Since the latest version of LangChain should be 1.0, but Paddle does not support 1.0, you must install a version below 1.0. You can use pip index version followed by your package name. Here we enter LangChain to see which versions are available for installation. Here the default installed version is 1.0, but we must install a version below 1.0. Therefore, we will install 0.3.27. You can install LangChain using pip install upgrade LangChain followed by the specified version. After that, you can use a command like this. Of course, I added save path to the command so you can see more results. For models like OCR, we actually use them quite often. Having a good OCR model is very helpful for improving work efficiency and even assisting in our daily work. Okay, that is all for today. What are you waiting for? Go and try it yourself. Follow me to become someone who understands AI.